really thank you for your patience because I am I am going let's see. I was having some issues trying to log on technical issues. But I'm gonna switch equipment so that we can go right at this. Again, thank you so much for your patience. I hope you guys are doing great because you know I'm bringing you guys absolutely awesome content today that I know you guys are definitely gonna like. There's no doubt in my mind. And if you let me know exactly where you are joining me from, again, let me know where you're joining me from. And, again, pen and paper, just let me know where you are joining me from as I go live, with you guys, as of this moment. Again, thank you so much for your patience. A little different today. So, I am going to go over a few things, okay, with you guys. Again, let me know where you're joining me from. I hope you guys can hear me. All right, so it is live. So if I am live, then guys, I can literally go right at it because I have some specific stuff, that I wanted to go over with you guys that have to do, with exactly what is going on, how the rich people use and leverage, literally, how the rich people leverage debt. That's what I'm going over with you guys today. Again, thank you so much for your patience. I'm gonna just go right into it. Okay, I'm gonna go right into it. You say, right now, folks. What if I told you that rich people, they love debt a lot. These are rich folks. So why do rich people love debt so much? But they really do. They love debt. So rich people specifically, they don't like to use their money. They like to use other people's money. But why though? Okay, why do rich people like to use other people's money? I'm going to cover that because, as you guys can tell, the truth is this: the wealthy use debt very strategically. That's something they were taught to do, and they are very good at it. So they use debt very strategically. In addition to that, okay, I'm going to show you exactly how the rich people, literally they make their money, they save their money, they park the money, then they go and they use that money for other things. By the way, thank you for joining me. Let me know exactly where you're joining me from, okay? I just press the like button right. I like to give you guys a shout out. So the difference between good debt and bad debt is the first I'm going to cover with you guys, okay? If you have your pen and paper, let's just go with this really quickly. Not all debt is bad. Let me say that again. Not every single debt is bad. Not at all. And some debt actually make you richer. The bad debts are your credit card debt, for example, your car loans, credit card, car loans, high interest personal loan, that are used for liabilities. All of those. By the way, Tegas, let me welcome you guys from Nigeria. Very good. Let me welcome right there. And give me a like on this. I appreciate you guys, okay? But make sure you have your notepad and pen so you can take a lot of very copious notes. This content, if you apply this properly, you're going to change the trajectory of your finance for the year 20. I promise you, for the year 2025, you're going to be very different from everybody else. If you apply this content, it changed my life, it will change yours too. So the bad debts are credit card, car loans, high interest personal loans, and then the good debts. Say for example, you establish a mortgage for yourself, okay? Rental properties, business loans, or investments that generate income. Those are considered to be what we call good debt. So there's bad debts and there is good debt. You see, example, if you're buying a 40,000 car on credit, that's a bad debt. Why? Because it will depreciate in value. So over a period of time, the car you bought, you're losing what? You are losing, the value of the car because it's depreciating. That is a bad debt. Now, if you're buying a $200,000 like a rental property with a loan, that's a good debt. You know why? Because it pays itself off. So you have the good debt, you have the bad debt. I want to drop in the comments if you ever thought all debt was bad. I'm just curious. Drop in the comment. Did you think that all debt was just naturally bad debt? I'm curious to see, your thought about that. The key takeaway is this. Debt isn't the enemy. Let me say that one more time, okay? So I am Noel. Okay, let's go. Glad to join in. No, you're welcome, Topper. You're absolutely welcome, Noel. So Noel, give a like to the video, but I want you to also post. Let me know if you thought all debts were bad debts. Let me know that, okay? Because I'm just curious to see how much of a value you're getting from this. So debt is not the enemy. How you use it determines your financial future. So it's never has been, and never is the enemy. As a matter of fact, how you use debt, let me clean the screen for a second here so you guys can have a better view. Okay, good. So how you use it obviously matters a lot, okay? Now, listen, you rich people, listen, your comment, Noel. Yes, all debts are bad because rich people don't usually owe. No, not really, Tokwe. Rich people actually they owe debts. So, but that is the good debt. They will only take on debt that are appreciated by nature, meaning this: they will buy a rental property and they will rent it out so they have tenants. So they're collecting rent, and then the debt, guess what happened? Over a period of time, they pay off the debt. So now they now own the property free and clear. That's a good debt. You understand what I'm saying right now? Now, let's continue. How do rich people leverage this? I mean, how they get so good at this? Now, watch this, okay? You see, the wealthy use other people's money. They don't use their own, okay? It's called OPM, other people's money to grow wealth. The strategy is very simple strategy. Talk about, see your reaction right there, because Noel, this is no joke. If you want to make money in 2025, you have to do what the rich people are doing. You got to do exactly what the wealthy people are doing. So it goes like this, and it's going to make a lot of sense to you. OPM, other people's money. So the strategy number one, I'm going to give you 3 strategies. Number 1, you borrow at a low interest and invest at a higher return. So, for example, somebody's lending you money. Say, if you're lending me, like 1 million naira, whatever the currency is, I want you to lend me that, at a 2%, at a 3%. So it's very low. Then I take that money and I invest in what we call a high interest yield. So which means, imagine if I took out a loan for 4%, for example, and I invest for 8% return on property. I'm netting 4%. That's a good debt because it cost me 4. Think about it this way, okay? So it's 4 on one side, it's 4 on the other side. I'm up 4%. Guys, what the strategy I'm giving you right now, this is what people pay thousands of dollars for to learn. If you can just take a lot of notes and learn stuff like this, you will change your financial trajectory. I'm dead serious on this. Strategy number 2. Using debt to buy assets. Okay, using debt to buy assets. That's correct. Borrow at low interest, invest at higher return. That's correct, Ellis Zen. You caught that. Let me give you the second strategy. Using debt to buy assets that generate income. So, you ready? You borrow a ton of money. But guess what? You invest with the money. You then take that money you borrow, you invest in assets, but in assets that generate income. For example, you could do real estate, like I mentioned, and real estate will generate income for you. You could even do like Uber, Lyft, that kind of stuff, where you borrow money, you buy a car or you buy multiple cars, you put it on the road, and guess what happens? They generating income. They are paying their monthly bills every single month, and they are bringing profit to you. You see, that's a good debt. Number 3 is called a tax advantages. In other words, you could do a tax advantages interest on some loans that's tax deductible, because you could borrow some money, and the money that you borrow, guess what you could do with that money? You write it up for tax purposes. So which means your taxes are up, your taxes is down, because you could write it off. You see, think of debt like fire. Okay, like fire. It can cook your food or it can burn your house. Let me say that one more time. Think of death like fire. That can cook or it can burn. The wealthy know how to control the flame. They do. And that's what makes the wealthy very special. It's just their mindset, folks. So, have you ever borrowed money to make money? Tell me below. I'm really curious right now. By the way, for those of you joining, just give a like to this. Okay, give me a like right here. Have you ever, I'm curious, have you ever borrowed money to make money? If you have, just post it. I'm really curious to see if you've ever done that. The key takeaway for you here should be this. The secret isn't avoiding debt. That's not the secret. The secret is this. It's making debt work for you. So make money work for you. Now, having said that, right, I'm going to go into giving you practical steps. The steps I'm about to give you right now, they are tangible, they are practical. If you have a pen and paper, you want to write this stuff down, okay? If you have a pen and if you have a paper, write this stuff down. This is going to help you tremendously, okay? So, take it. Yes, I have borrowed money to make money. Though failed, but considering it again, don't worry. Most people fail multiple times, until they finally figure it out. So, if you fail, it's okay. Don't worry about it, okay? It's okay to borrow money to invest. Now, don't borrow money if you want to show up, buy a car, this, that. Don't do that. Only borrow for businesses. Only borrow for investment. Only borrow money when you know you're going to invest the money to make money for you. That's the only condition that which you borrow money. Now, having said that, right, let's go into the practical steps. Step number 1. Check your debt to income ratio. It's called DTI, debt to income ratio. Meaning this. This is how you calculate it, okay? Monthly debt payments. So you look at how much monthly, like for your debt payments, you divide that by your monthly income. Let me say that again. It's a simple formula, guys. Can I actually write on this? I wish I could write on. Can I write on this? I don't know if I could. No, top messages. Man. All right. Let me explain this one more time, okay? I think maybe I could write it down for you guys to see on a piece of paper. It's a formula that I want you to I want to know this formula very well. Write it down. This is going to make a big difference for you. So here's the formula. The formula is this, okay? I'm going to show this to you. You take your monthly, okay, your monthly debt. That's your formula, your monthly debt payments. I want you to divide that by your monthly income. Divide that by your monthly income. Are you ready? Then multiply that by 100. Here is exactly the formula right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, okay? If you could see this, let me describe what I just wrote for you. Calculate your monthly debt payments. Divide that by your monthly income. Multiply by 100. That's the formula. The formula I just showed you right now, okay? This is a very powerful formula I just showed you. Very, very powerful formula. Noel, okay, this is good. Very powerful formula I just showed you. Because it's going to be able to help you with what we call your DTI. Your DTI is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Now, step number 2. Use low interest loans for income producing assets. Low interest loan for income producing assets. Number 3. Refinance high interest rate to low interest rates. So, for example, if you have a car and you have 18 or 19% or 20%, refinance the loan. Or if you have any other debt you have right now, and let's say it's double digit interest rates, work on your the credit and the financing. You guys follow me so far on this, right? Okay, let me explain this to you, and it's going to make so much sense. When I say so much, it's so much sense to you. Okay, good. I thought I lost you guys for a second there. So, in this case right here, it's just a question of you being able to learn how to reduce your high-ticketed interest loans. Let me give you number 4, okay? Number 4, build and maintain a strong credit score because your credit matters. Higher scores normally mean what? Lower interest rates. It means cheaper debt. So if you work on your credit, then you are able to borrow money at a low interest rate. Guys, these are some of the stuff that rich and wealthy people do. So they are able to leverage all the time. Okay? Number 5, invest the difference strategically. That's number 5. So don't just pay off debt. And okay, I'm good, I pay off debt. No, invest in higher yield assets. So if you realize you're paying off the debt, you have extra money to work with, take that money and then invest very quickly. You see, guys, which of these steps feels most achievable for you right now? Because these are different steps. So, Noel, okay, Tigger, you guys have figure out which of these is like easier for you to follow, and then take that, and start working with that immediately. You see, I'm going to give you a real life example of strategic debt use, so you can see how people are doing this. I'll give you a case study. For example, a person takes a $200,000 loan for a rental property. Let's just say you did that. The mortgage is $1,200 a month. Let's just say that, okay? So you took out $200,000, and your mortgage is $1,200, per month. Are you ready? How about your monthly income? If your monthly rental income is $1,800, guess how much money you're making? You're making $600 per month. That's your net profit. Do you guys see what's going on here? So you have a net profit of $600 per month. What's the lesson here? You can turn debt into a monthly cash flow. Guys, this is what rich people do all the time. They take debt and they turn debt into a cash flow. And then they do what we call a long-term assets. This strategy I'm giving you guys right now, it's so powerful. And this is even the elementary basics I'm doing right here. So imagine if you 10x this kind of ideas, 10 times the idea. You say, will you rather save for 10 years to buy a house in cash? I'm curious. Or use smart debt to start now and let someone else pay the mortgage? What would you rather do? What would you rather do? By the way, Noel, you're pretty good. You're a good note taker. This is excellent. Because I see you know what you're taking right there. So you use smart debt. That's correct, taker. That's what you do. So the poor person will save for 20 years to go buy a house. That's what they will do. For 20 straight years, they've lost time. The wealthy person doesn't do that. A wealthy person, on the other hand, they will leverage debt right away. And by the way, they have their house paid off. Let me go into point number 5, the biggest debt mistakes that you can avoid. Taking on debt for depreciating assets like a luxury car, it's a mistake. So I'm going to go buy a Rolls Royce. I'm going to buy a Bentley. I'm going to buy and I drive a Bentley, okay? But there's a reason for it. So I'm going to buy a Range Rover. You go buy all these luxury cars, but it's depreciating assets. It's not growing assets. That's not smart. If you over leverage, borrowing more than you can repay, that's not a smart idea. If you do emotional spending with credit cards, that's not a smart idea. Here's a golden rule. If debt doesn't make you money, okay? If debt doesn't make you money or improve your life long term, it's probably a very, very bad debt. That's really what it comes down to. It's bad. So imagine you're spending money, but you're not making money. So you're acquiring debts, but you don't have any appreciating assets. That's bad. The golden rule, if it doesn't make you money, don't do it. So if it's not making any money, it doesn't make sense. So therefore, what's one debt mistake you've made in the past? I'm curious. Have you ever made any debt mistake in the past? Let's learn from each other. What is the one you've made in the past? Post it exactly. I'm just curious. Post the debt mistake you've made in the past. Guys, I've made mistakes in the past where I just consumer debts. I just bought stuff because I wanted it. But I wasn't thinking, oh, by the way, I need my money to make me money. I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking, man, I want to look good. I want to feel good. So I made a purchase for that. I look good. I felt good, but I was in debt. Poor people's thinking. Rich people thinking, I'm doing it all over again. I am going to acquire debts like crazy, but my debt is making me money. You see, let me recap, okay? I want you guys to understand this. Understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. I want you to understand that. It exists. Don't go into bad debt, go into good debt. Number 2, use debt to acquire income producing assets. That's it. Just literally, your debt has to be used to acquire income producing. As a number 3, check your debt to income ratio regularly. Okay, is DTI, debt to income ratio. Check it regularly. See exactly how you're doing. Are you moving in the right direction? How are you moving? Number 4, leverage low interest debt for higher returns. So if you have a debt that's very low in interest, take that money, invest in something that make you more. So therefore, you have a net positive. So your money is making money. Number 5, avoid the common mistakes, of debt. Can't do everything you can. Stay away from it. So the action steps you need to be taking is this: review your current debts today. Take a look. Look at your debts tonight. Okay, I'm really curious. Take a look at it. Itemize them. Identify one asset you can invest in with good debt. Just identify one. And then DM me the word wealth. DM me the word wealth. WEALTH. If you want personalized strategies, just DM me the word. Let me close, okay? You say, by the way, Tigger, Tope, I brought a few here. It's nice to have you guys right here. If you haven't liked my video, just like it. I appreciate that. But let me do a closing, a CTA, call to action, okay? Debt isn't your enemy. In fact, it's a powerful tool. Like I said, debt can be like fire. Yes, it can actually make food for you, or it can burn down your house. That is correct. That's debt. The rich aren't afraid of debt because they know how to use it to build wealth. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of debt. If you want to start leveraging debt strategically, DM me the word wealth right now. Okay? Just DM the word wealth. And if you found value today, share this slide with someone who needs to hear this message. Just share the value. Once I'm done, you can just forward this, and I'm going to post this right now, on my YouTube. Forward it to someone, that can use it. You see, my final thought: debt can either drain you or empower you, but the choice is what? The choice is yours. If I'm going to give you an optional bonus for my post-life engagement, I'm going to figure out a way to offer a free downloadable PDF, of the 5 steps to using debt like the rich. Okay? I'm going to figure out the PDF version out, so that it can be downloadable. I'll work on that. And another thing I'm going to do is host a Q&A session, after the main presentation, so that I can answer more questions for some of you guys on how to do this effectively for yourself. But the whole purpose of me doing this today is I don't want you to be afraid of that. Okay? I don't want you to. Noel, look like you captured a lot of stuff, and I'm very happy that you did. I really want you to now know that this is truly and indeed, let me say that again, okay? This is truly and indeed what this whole deal with debt means, and how the wealthy people have been using this. They are very, very effective for this. So I'm going to have a PDF version of this available for you guys. And if you DM me the word wealth, I will make sure that with your email, I will send, okay, I will send you a lead magnet PDF, directly to you, so you can capture exactly this strategy. But with that said, I want to thank you guys for joining me today, okay? Please work like it's up to you. Pray like it's up to God. And if you DM me like I requested, I will send the PDF to you. So thank you, everybody, and God bless you all. Bye now. Bye, everyone. Let's see. Perfect.